הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
How wonderful it is for us to be together to celebrate the bar mitzvah of Reid Bloomberg. How wonderful. We are so excited at Congregation Shir Shalom to host, and we're very grateful for technology, for welcoming people, particularly across the border, into our space. Welcome to the USA. You probably haven't been here in a little while. But Reid is a wonderful young man, and we're so grateful to be able to celebrate this important life cycle event for him today. We're going to be using the Mishkan Tefillah prayer book. It is available on the Congregation Shir Shalom Buffalo website under CCAR Press. It has, we just have the PDF there, or you could just follow along. This is a Mincha Havdalah service as we move towards the end of Shabbat, but we can still, it's still permitted to say Shabbat Shalom. We could say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
And those of you joining virtually, particularly if you're on Facebook or another format that allows you to write something or send a picture, please do. The family will be looking at it later, and they really appreciate your love. They feel your presence with us here in our sanctuary. We are going to begin by presenting Reid with his talit. This is the uniform of a Jewish adult and something that a bar mitzvah receives for the very first time. We're going to invite him over here to his microphone. The prayer for the talit or talis, depending Ashkenazi or Sephardic pronunciation, is on page 289. And Lauren and Rich are going to present Reid with his very first talit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kadishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahitatef b'tzitzit.
Amen. Blessed are you, God, King of the universe, who sanctifies us with your commandments and commands us to wear our fringe talit. Feel the fringes, Reid. Those are reminders to take care of the corners of your life, the things sometimes we forget and that are so important, are the people that really are in need in this world. As this is the very first time that Reid is wearing a talit, he is going to be reciting the Shechianu, the prayer for new things, which can be found in our prayer book on page 648.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Blessed are you, God, King of the universe, who brings us life, allows us to be present and arrive here at this very moment, and we say Amen. We invite Rich and Lauren to sit down. Well, actually, we're going to invite everyone to rise, but we're going to invite you to go back to your seats. And as well, actually, as Reid, you can go back to your seat for right now. We are going to be turning to the Amidah, the standing prayer, which is also called the Tefillah. It starts on page 344 and goes till page 360. Take an opportunity now to think about what's important in your life, to read the Hebrew, the English, or just to pray or be by yourself. And whenever you're ready, you may be seated. We continue silently. We're going to invite Reid up to his podium again, and page 360, we have our prayer for peace, the Oseh Shalom. This does involve some clapping, so wherever you are, I hope that you'll clap along with Reid.
Oseh Shalom Birumav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yakol Yisrael, Vimru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yakol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yakol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yakol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yakol Yisrael.
May God provide us peace in our lives and in our world. We're going to invite Reid's family to join him over here at the podium. And Rich and Lauren and Marlo, you're going to make a line that extends all the way to our Torah over here. We're going to have Reid turn in our Torah service to page 366. This is really the moment we've been waiting for, where Reid accepts and embraces the tradition that he's been handed down through generations in his family, Ledor Vador. And at this moment, we symbolically, as Rich takes the Torah out, we're imagining that the Torah has passed all the way from Moses on Mount Sinai to Reid here today. We're going to invite everyone to rise wherever you are. And Reid will lead us in the prayers on page 366. You feel the weight of tradition in your arms there, Reid?
Yes.
Wonderful. Not too heavy, though.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shema.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Galu Adonai Iti, Une Romlema, Shemo Yata.
At this point, we're going to return the Torah to its holder, and we're going to invite everyone to be seated as Reid comes to our other Torah that is open to our Torah portion. We are in the book of Genesis. The Torah portion is Vayetze, which is the portion that we'll be reading all the week until next Saturday, which we begin today. And actually, Harvey will tell me what page it's on.
106.
106. If you have the Hertz commentary, which is not the prayer book, it's the book underneath your seat there. And sorry, front rowers, you don't get any. So Reid will be reading this portion, and he'll be explaining it a little bit later as well. For the first Aliyah, we are going to invite Rich and Lauren, the parents, Yamdu, proud parents, La'aliyah HaRishona.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayetze Yaakov miBeersheva vayelech Harana vayivka b'makom vayalen sham kiva hashemesh vayika me'anei hamakom vayasem mera'ashotav vayishkav b'makom ha'u ve'yahalom v'hinei sulam utzav arza verosho magia hashamayma v'hinei malohei Elohim olim ve'yordim bo.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torah temet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. For the second Aliyah, we're going to invite up Marlo. Tamod Shir Chaya Aliyah Hasheni.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. V'hine Adonai nitzav alav. Vayomar ani Adonai Elohei Avraham Aviha Elohei Yitzhak ha'aretz asher ata shohev aleha leha etanena ulizareha v'haya zaraha kafar ha'aretz ufaretza yama v'kedama v'tzafon v'negba v'nevrahu v'ha kol mishpahot ha'adama uvizareha v'hine anohi ima usher mertiha V'hol asher teleh v'shivotia el hadama hazot ki lo e'ezaveha al asher im asiti et asher debarti la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah amet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. We're going to invite the family back to their seats. And at this point, we have Reid's Aliyah. This is really the centerpiece of what we're doing today, where Reid is called up to the Torah for the very first time. First, I forgot to mention, hold up your yad there. This is the pointer that was given to him through our religious school. We thank Joanne Marcusy for picking it out as well. Harvey Horowitz, who has been sitting here as the gabbai, he has served as Reid's teacher, as well as Reid's tutor for his bar mitzvah. He is going to be announcing Reid's name. We're going to invite everyone to rise wherever you are. You're going to hold out your fists like this, and we're going to say the word after his name is officially announced. We're going to say Chazak. Okay, so ready? Chazak. It'll be just like that on my cue.
Reid, do you still have the place? Because when the rabbi asks you to raise the yad, I'm afraid
no.
you may have lost the place. You
still
have
have
it? Okay. Ya'amod, 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 Habachor habar mitzvah, Rafael Yitzchak, ben Simcha Hillel v'liba, la'aliyah ha'shelishit.
Chazak.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarah.
Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarah Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayakat Yaakov mishato vayomer ahen yesh Adonai b'makom hazeh v'enohi lo yadati. Vayira vayomar manara hamakom hazeh ein zeh ki im beit Elohim v'zeh shahar hashemayim. Vayishkem Yaakov baboker vayika et ha'evan asher sam mera ashotav vayasem otah matzeva vayitzok shemen al rosha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam nita b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Mishe Berak Avotenu Abraham Yitzhak Yaakov V'imotenu Sarah Rivka and Leah. May the Holy One have blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Bless Reid and his entire mishpacha for arriving here at this moment, this sacred moment in time in Reid's life and the life of his family. May he be granted and they be granted great nachas and joy, and may they celebrate this moment for years in the future. May Reid gain strength from it to go on and continue to do amazing things in this world, and may we all be brought high and have many opportunities to gather fully together, believe COVID, in the far and the near future. And we say, Amen. So at this point, Reid, what we're going to do is we're going to have you come to the center of the room. And you are going to be a little bit over. And what's going to happen now is we are going to celebrate your great Torah reading with a candy toss. This is not meant to hurt you. It is meant to give you a little bit of sweetness to remember this occasion. If you hear those crinkling of candy, please don't suddenly, it shouldn't become like the Jaws theme here. It is meant out of love here. And for all of those throwing candy, remember, very lightly, we have rabbis and cantors, and Torah is up here. On Cantor's signal, whenever she's ready, she's going to sing. And she's going to sing Siman Tov of Mazel Tov. That is the cue. Wherever you are, you could throw candy at your screen or bring it later when you see Reid in person.
Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Yehelanu, 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 Uvechol Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Uvechol Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Uvechol Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Uvechol Yisrael.
Wonderful. We're ready to symbolically put our Torah away. We're going to invite Reid back over to the podium over here for his prayer book, and we're going to go to It's a Tree of Life, page 374, as we symbolically put our Torah away, and we remain standing for this.
It is a tree of life for those who fast and all the supporters are happy. It is a tree of life for those who fast and all the supporters are happy. Da 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 da. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life for those who fast and all the supporters are happy. It is a tree of life for those who fast and all the supporters are happy. Da 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 da. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom.
At this point, we're inviting everyone to sit down, and we are going to hear some words of wisdom from Reid.
Shabbat shalom. I would like to welcome you to my bar mitzvah. This is definitely not the bar mitzvah that my family and I had planned. Who would have thought that we would still be in a pandemic? Restrictions and border closures are still preventing everyone from being in person to witness me become a bar mitzvah. We are thankful for technology that can allow my family and friends from Canada and all over the U.S. to tune in from their homes. My Torah portion is Vayetze. In this portion, Jacob leaves his family in Beersheba and travels to Haran. Jacob fears this journey as he is leaving a place he's always known as home. Jacob has a dream where there's a stairway reaching from earth to heaven. God tells him that his descendants will be blessed and he will watch over them. When I think about my Torah portion, I think about how it relates to the past year and a half in the COVID pandemic. I was fearful in the beginning because of the unknown, being unable to travel to see friends and family. Being able to communicate with loved ones by phone, Zoom, made me feel less afraid, just like Jacob was less afraid knowing that the angels were with him in his dream. Just as Jacob was told that his descendants will be blessed, I am hoping with continued research, treatment, and vaccines, COVID will soon be behind us. All my family and friends will be blessed with health, and life will be back to normal. I would consider myself to be both a combination of Jacob and his brother Esau, since Jacob loved to read and Esau loved sports. Go Bills! For my bar mitzvah project, Read with Reid, I incorporated Jacob's love of reading into a mitzvah to help those less fortunate. With the help of family and friends in the community, I was able to collect and donate 500 books to the Buffalo Academy of Science, a public charter school in the city of Buffalo. This is a school where children in grades kindergarten to 4th grade did not have access to many books. Knowing that I was able to provide them with these books and help promote a love of reading makes me so happy. Although I could not present the books to them in person due to COVID restrictions, I prepared a video which was shared with the students at school. They loved it and sent me a video back thanking me. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who helped me prepare for this special day. Thank you to Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, Mr. Horowitz for your teaching, tutoring, and patience to ensure I was ready to read from the Torah. I would like to thank my grandparents, Bubby and Pupka, Grandma and Grandpa, my aunts, uncles, and cousins for all your love and support. I know you would be here today if you could. Thank you to my sister Marlo for being an amazing role model and always being there for me. Thank you so much for the custom build sneakers you made for me. You are so talented. Last but not least, I would like to thank my wonderful parents for all they do for me and all the love and support they provide me. You're truly the best, and I appreciate everything. Thank you again to all my family and friends for viewing the service and being here virtually with me. I cannot wait for us to all be together in person very soon.
Wonderful. And Reid, why don't you lift up one of your sneakers there and show it off? I think we might start a trend. I have a feeling a lot of Buffalonians and maybe Torontonians would want these, and Marlo is the person who made them. We're going to have an opportunity now to hear from Reid's parents, Lauren and Rich. If you can come up to the mic over here, and Reid, stay over there. This is the hardest part of your entire afternoon.
Reid, we could not be more proud of you than we are at this moment. Listening to you read from the Torah and seeing you stand on the bima filled us both with so much love and pride. We are so honored that you are our son and delighted to witness you become such a wonderful young man.
You are extremely bright, sensitive, and funny. We have seen you grow, mature, and excel in everything that you do. You are not only strong academically, but in your extracurricular activities as well, such as hockey, watching your beloved Bills, other sports, and endless hours of video games. PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo.
Today is a bittersweet day for our family. Although we are not able to celebrate this milestone as we had hoped in person with all our loved ones, we are happy that you are able to join us virtually. We would again like to thank Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, and Harvey Horowitz for your devotion and patience in preparing Reid for this special day.
Reid, we are excited to see what your life has in store for you. We know you will continue to surprise us and make us proud as you continue your journey into adulthood. Mazel tov, you are officially a man.
We love you so much.
And I know they are kvelling out there, all your grandparents and extended family. What a wonderful family network you have. And I know they are fully here, and they will celebrate hopefully in the near future. I do believe the border is opening, maybe even on Monday. Reid, you are one of the rare students, just like your sister Marlo, that I had a chance to work with as a preschooler and also as a bat mitzvah. And it's extremely exciting for me because I got to see when you were a little one how cute you were. And got to even tell you stories about Jacob. I think I probably told you a few back then. To watch you grow and mature is just wonderful. And I know you're really just at the start of your journey into adulthood. While you become officially a Jewish adult accepted in our minyan and our prayer quorums, of course you have a long way to go before you become an official adult in the world, right, Lauren and Rich? We are so excited to see. One of the things about your Torah reading is you learned about Jacob, who was a bit immature when he was growing up. He would do things like kids. He was a little bit dishonest, and especially not nice to his siblings. Not that that happens in the Bloomberg household at all. But he is forced out. He's forced to go out on his own in this very scary situation. And what you read in the Torah is probably my favorite little section, where he falls asleep on rocks and he finds himself. It's not just that he finds God, he finds himself. He finds that he has a purpose in life. And I sense even for you, and I think this is true for bar bat mitzvah age, this is the first time where you can start to grasp, you have an opportunity to do something amazing and worthwhile in this life. And I know that you are. What you did with your books, 500 books, quite incredible. I know that will make a lot of people really advance their lives and bring smiles to their faces. I know that's just the beginning. You've just scratched the surface, and I'm grateful. We are grateful as a Shir Shalom family to be able to witness even that moment, and we are going to be kfelling in the future. As you go forward, as I tell all young men and young women who come here, you have a long way towards adulthood. You're going to have happy times and sad times, as we all do. You have a team, an incredible team, and I have seen in full force. I remember at Marlowe's bat mitzvah, who is actually on your team, and it is quite a wonderful team. You should rely on them. Call them for good times and also for hard times. There's no problem at all that we can't fix when we work together. And everyone is rooting for your success, even more than the Bills. And I know that you will continue to astound you, so astound us, all of us. We have a certificate over here. I'm going to invite you over to the table. This is a reminder of everything you've done. You've received a yad that you've already read from the Torah. This is a certificate that will tell you for years to come what your Hebrew name is, where you had your bar mitzvah, and just as a record of this amazing accomplishment today. Right over beside, and just hold that up so everyone can see. Yeah, hold that one up as well. That is a Kiddush cup, and that is from our men's group and the women of Shir Shalom. Don't worry, the towel is falling down. That happens to me. You probably noticed it already for me today. So hold that up and just show that to everyone, the Kiddush cup. And hold the certificate up so they can see that as well. Underneath it, you have a certificate to go to Israel on a nifty trip. You have a $250 off of a trip to Israel. You also, along with your sister and anyone your age who is Jewish, you get to go to Israel on birthright, which is a $10,000 trip. As soon as you turn 18, you could even potentially go with Marlo, depending on how you decide to do it. But that goes till you're 32, 33 years old, and we hope that you'll take advantage of that. Cantor, why don't you go back to your mic? Cantor and I are going to offer you a blessing. We're going to invite your family to join around you, and we're going to offer you the priestly blessing. If everyone could rise for this, as we bless Reid with one of our oldest and most special blessings in our tradition. May God bless you and watch over you. May God shine God's light upon you and grant you comfort. May God lift God's face to you and grant you and all of us peace. And we say, Amen. Write in your blessings if you're on social media. Tell Reid exactly what you hope for him in the future. We're going to invite the family, including Reid, back to their seats. And we're going to turn in our prayer book to page 586. For Alena, we remain standing for that. Page 586.
עלינו לשבח לדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא סבנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ היום ההוא היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
You may be seated. We're going to turn now to our mourner's Kaddish. Even in our happiest occasions, we remember that people are not with us. There are generations, Reid, before you, maybe people even who look like you and who even maybe had close to your personality. It's amazing. We do not come into this world alone, and we do not leave it alone. And we're always reminded of the many, many generations that made us and made our community and made our family, made our world the way it is, as we evoke the mourner's Kaddish. I should say, because we have Harvey Horowitz here with us, this is his 1-year anniversary for his wife, Myra. And actually, would it be okay? Could you do the mourner's Kaddish for us? Page 598. V'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah. V'yalma divrach chirutei v'yamlik malchutei. V'chayechon v'yamachon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. V'agala v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shmei d'kudasha b'rechu. Le'elam min kol v'chata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Damiran v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehi Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya. Chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yoshvei Tevel v'yimru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world. And we say amen. Zikranam levracha. May their memories be for a blessing. You may be seated. So we are now at that really sacred point where we're actually going to be saying goodbye to Shabbat. And we have a very special ceremony, one of my favorites. Cantor's already dimming our lights because we are ready for Havdalah. What we're going to do is we're going to invite the family over here to the table. Reid will turn in his prayer book to page 612, where the Havdalah service is. Havdalah includes some of our very favorite things. We have a candle called the Havdalah candle, a braided candle. And this is symbolic of like being around the campfire. We have a spice box that I believe Marlo is holding. I'm not sure. Yes, Marlo is holding. That has cinnamon and cloves in it. And Rich over here will have our Kiddush cup. which just has water for now for COVID. But that's, we imagine, our favorite drinks. If you are joining us from cyberspace, please feel free to go get your cinnamon and your lights, and you can do this together with us. Reid will be leading this prayer. There's a lot of yada-dai-dai-dais.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen, borei pri hagafen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la ya la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei minei vasamim, borei minei vasamim.
We smell the spices.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la ya la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei meorei ha'esh, borei meorei ha'esh.
And we reflect the light.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la, ya la la ya la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamabdil ben kodesh lehol, hamabdil ben kodesh lehol.
Page 614, Shavua Tov, a good week.
Shavua tov, 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 Shavua tov. A good week, a week of peace, may gladness reign, and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace, may gladness reign, and joy increase.
And Eliyahu Hanavi, as we evoke the Messianic period.
Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimirab, Eyainu, Yavo, Alienu, Imashia ben David, Imashia ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi.
And we have one final prayer. Marlo, if you want to just hold up our challah over there. And Reid, if you could lead us in the Hamotzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lehem min haaretz.
Amen. Shavua Tov, Mazel Tov. We are so grateful again to have hosted Reid, and much mazel to his whole family. If you are here, please we'll bring our prayer books to the front, and as you came in peace, may you leave in peace. Take care, everyone. Shavua Tov.